WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Recovery continues in Hamilton a little over a week since the EF2 twister barreled through the area.
That's right. A lot of debris remains there, but a lot of cleanup work has already been done. Members of the community are reaching out to their neighbors who suffered damage to help them rebuild. The locals are also using the phrase Hamilton Strong during their recovery. Although there's a lot left to do, everyone there says they're taking it one day at a time.
You see people helping each other. I'm trying not to cry. And, you know, it's just amazing how everybody's coming together to help, you know, clean and people offering to feed you, to wash your clothes, to just everything.
Just shortly hours after the tornado, they had a large group of local people who turned out neighbor helping neighbor and friend helping friend. A lot of the work's been done by those groups, and the community's really coming together as they face the days that are ahead for them.
About 1,200 volunteers are registered to help in Hamilton. That does include local people and out-of-town organizations.
One of those out-of-town organizations helping out is an international group made up of volunteers. It's called Team Rubicon, and it focuses on disaster recovery efforts not just in the U.S., but other countries as well. Team
Rubicon goes into disaster areas to clean up damage that's caused by tornadoes, floods, fire, even hurricanes. Our Jory Talley met with some of those volunteers today. She joins us in the studio with more. Jory.
The EF2 tornado brought 15 of those volunteers to Hamilton last week. They've been helping with cleanup and recovery efforts throughout the area ever since they got there last Tuesday. This is what Team Rubicon is all about.
We got a call on my cell phone. It says, grab your go bag. You're going to go to Monroe County. And I said, great, where is it? And then a couple days later, started driving here from Asheville.
The long drive from North Carolina to Hamilton, Mississippi is nothing new for retired Navy Lieutenant Commander Paul Carlson. He's been a part of Team Rubicon since 2016. His first mission was the Gatlinburg, Tennessee wildfires, and there have been many since then.
I was in Mexico Beach in Panama City, which still looks like a war zone. And so you don't really get used to it, but you're not surprised.
Veterans, first responders, and just the average Joe, mom and pop. They're looking for something else to do. Could be mom and dad, empty nesters now, what do we do? So Team Rubicon is a place, and everybody has a place in Team Rubicon. Not everybody has to come out and do heavy work. Not everybody has to come out and drive what's called a skid steer to help move bigger pieces of lumber.
70% of Team Rubicon volunteers are military veterans.
A lot of people are here because they kind of lose a sense of purpose sometimes when you leave the military. And then one of the best YouTube videos is entitled Finding Purpose. And so here, we're saving ourselves by saving others.
On top of finding that purpose and helping disaster victims pick up the pieces, the group also helps towns and cities save money.
Each person is assigned a numerical value. And at the end, all the hours are tabulated that we put in, and they submit all the paperwork to the local EOC, which in turn moves it up their chain of command, and somewhere along the line, monetary values return back to the affected area.
The volunteers that's there in Hamilton are from all over the country. For more information on Team Rubicon, head on over to our website at WCBI.com.
All right, time now to get a first look at our forecast. We'll turn it over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith?
Some pretty nice weather today, also for the next 2 days, too. More rain, more storms possible Thursday before gorgeous weather returns for the weekend. We need a break from all those storms we've had today. We got it 79 degrees, mostly sunny to partly cloudy. A live view in Tupelo with our Alpha Insurance camera network here just after 6 o'clock. Still 80 in Columbus, 77 in Jackson. Pretty nice across the entire region. Mainly 70s after 7 o'clock, then some 60s this evening. Mostly clear to partly cloudy. Lows tonight down into the 50s. Upper 70s, low 80s for our Tuesday. Some passing clouds. We stay warm. I'm back with your full forecast in just a few minutes.
A missing Monroe County teen is home safe tonight after her suspected abductor is behind bars in Louisiana. The teen was reported missing Saturday morning. Sheriff Cecil Cantrell says 23-year-old Ronald Joseph Latiolis of Gonzales, Louisiana, took her from her home. The sheriff says the two met online. Deputies searched the girl's computer records and were able to ping both of their cell phones, leading investigators to Gonzales, Louisiana.
We just started looking at her computer and started piecing it together, and he was wanting to meet her, and matter of fact, they met earlier in that afternoon at Walmart, and they kind of planned that this was going to happen. So a screen was cut. I don't know who cut the screen exactly, but they came in, he came in, helped her get her things, and they left.
Now, the suspect is being charged with kidnapping and sexual assault in Mississippi. He faces indecent behavior with juveniles, a charge in Louisiana. Cantrell says he will be extradited to Monroe County to stand trial.
A person is shot in the arm yesterday afternoon while driving in Oxford. 29-year-old Christopher Butler is now charged with drive-by shooting and possession of a weapon by a felon. Oxford police were called to Baptist Memorial North Mississippi Hospital after a gunshot victim showed up there. Investigators say the victim was shot at on Hillmont Drive and Highway 6. Butler's bond is set at $100,000. Meanwhile, a shooting on Highway 82 in Starkville injures two people inside their vehicle. The gunfire happened between Highway 25 and Highway 389 exits just after 2 o'clock Saturday morning. Starkville police say the victims were going east when their vehicle was shot multiple times. The car then ran off the road before stopping. Officers treated the two victims inside the car until an ambulance got there. Investigators believe the two were on their way home to Columbus. No arrests have been made in this case. One of the victims was flown to a hospital in the region. The other was taken to OCH. If you have any information on this incident, call Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers.
A murder suspect is in jail in Lauderdale County thanks to the Lee County Sheriff's Department. Lee County 911 was tipped Saturday that a Burgundy Ford Expedition connected to a Lauderdale County homicide was heading into Lee County. Deputies staked out the highway near the Shannon exit and spotted Gregory Freeman's SUV. Another set of deputies stationed at Brewer Road used stop sticks to disable the expedition. Freeman was arrested without incident and taken to Lauderdale County.
3 Lowndes County inmates could be facing more time after being charged in a contraband bust. Kenneth Franks, Dylan Morrison, and Gregory Johnson are all charged with possession of contraband within the facility. Detention officers noticed suspicious activity on a monitor. There was a search of what's called the day room and then individual jail cells. Investigators say some crudely made weapons, a white powdery substance which tested positive for cocaine, and prescription drugs were found. The investigation into this case is ongoing.
A Starkville woman is killed while crossing a Choctaw County highway. 52-year-old Stephanie Dawn Turner was hit by a SUV on Highway 9 near Pensacola Road on Sunday night. The Mississippi Highway Patrol says the driver of the Toyota 4Runner, 21-year-old Hunter McElroy of Louisville, had minor injuries. State troopers believe Turner was attempting to cross the northbound lane of traffic. She died at the scene. MHP is still investigating that accident.
One of the most successful furniture executives in Northeast Mississippi has helped the Regional Rehabilitation Center for years. We'll have that story coming up on WCBI News.
You're watching WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Self and Joey Barnes.
Welcome back. Franklin Furniture is well known for making recliners and sofas.
The success of that business is leading its longtime executive to not take a fundraising campaign sitting down. Our Allie Martin has more from Houston.
We don't just set goals and say, okay, let's see if we can attain them.
For nearly 50 years, goal setting has been a vital part of the success, growth, and stability at Franklin Furniture.
We just finished our spring market and we challenged our sales force at our sales meeting. Hey, this is the goal. These are the budgets. You got to be accountable.
And Hassel Franklin uses that strategy when it comes to raising money for nonprofits like the Regional Rehabilitation Center. The founder and CEO of Franklin Furniture will be honored with the 5th Red Raspberry Humanitarian Award, which is given to a community leader who has supported RRC. The annual award is also a fundraiser. The Regional Rehab Center provides physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, dyslexia services, just to name a few, for people of all ages at no cost. Franklin recently heard how the RRC helped one of his employees.
When it first became public that I was going to get the humanitarian award, one of the ladies from our IT department would just happen to be at my desk, and she was telling me, she said, my 2 daughters were involved, and for several years, a couple of years at least, that they were had some speech issues, and they took advantage of the Regional Rehab Center.
The fundraising campaign began in October. It's been so successful that it's broken all previous records. Regional Rehabilitation Center has been able to add some staff members, but there's still more work to do.
We have a really simple formula there at the rehab center. The more money we raise, the more money we get through grants, different things like that, the more individuals that we can help, which basically means the more therapists that we can hire.
The success of the campaign means a full-time and part-time therapist will be added to the staff, and Franklin believes more people will help as word about the Regional Rehab Center continues to spread. In Houston, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Last year, Regional Rehabilitation Center provided services to more than 1,100 people. For more information on Tuesday's gala, go to our website, WCBI.com.
We're back to Starkville weather radio programming here Thursday afternoon, 4:30 to 6:30 this Thursday at Kroger over there in Starkville. We do have some more rain on the way, maybe a few storms too on Thursday. We'll talk about that coming up next.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Live view with our Alpha Insurance Camera Network in Columbus, Tupelo, Vernon, Durham's Pharmacy right there, Louisville, Mississippi. A gorgeous view here on our Monday afternoon, almost evening. The Lyran meteor shower is scheduled to peak tonight, perhaps 10 to 20 per hour under ideal dark conditions, but we will have a bright full moon or nearly full moon, 87% full, rising after 11 o'clock. So you may want to squeeze in a few hours early this evening prior to that moonrise to see if you can't see any meteor streak across the sky. And we'll just see how it goes later on. Right now, conditions are very nice. Upper 70s and low 80s here across our region. Lows tonight down into the 50s. Tomorrow, upper 70s, low 80s, very similar to what we had today. Some 50s, or let's just say upper 50s to around 60 here as we get into our Wednesday morning, and more in the way of lower 80s as we get into our Wednesday afternoon. So pretty nice for the next couple of days. No severe weather in the near term for us, but we are still recovering from this big tornado outbreak we had across central Mississippi last Thursday. 19 tornadoes confirmed. Thus far, survey still ongoing, and you team that up with what we had on April 13th. We've actually had 38 confirmed tornadoes so far in the last week here in the state of Mississippi. The yearly average 30. So it's been crazy. One of the topics of conversation today was tornadoes here at the second grade classes at New Hope Elementary School. Meteorologist Jacob Dickey down there earlier today talking about tornadoes, hurricanes, clouds, all things weather, even the famed tornado dance that he loves to do down there. So thanks for having us out earlier today in New Hope. We're watching our next system out here across the desert southwest. Notice how the clouds are spilling off to the east, so we will see more cloud cover tomorrow. We don't envision any rainfall here for Tuesday or Wednesday. A lot of that's going to stay back to the northwest, but some passing clouds from time to time. As we get into Thursday, we'll have that system move on through the region. It still looks like the best chance for heavy rain, some stronger storms will be along and south of I-20, although we will broad brush the chance for some showers and storms around here on Thursday, even into Thursday night. We'll clear that system out just in time for Friday, for a good chunk of Friday, and for the upcoming weekend. So your Tuesday, 50s to start out, 70s for your lunch hour, upper 70s to low 80s as we get into the afternoon, upper 70s to low 80s, a pretty good chance across the board here for our day tomorrow. Let's check it out with your AccuWeather 7-day. 81 tomorrow, 82 Wednesday, 70s though Thursday with that rain and storm chance. Some 70s on Friday too, but the sun should reappear. Your weekend looks gorgeous. Partly cloudy, 81 Saturday, 83 on Sunday.
A born and raised Mississippi basketball star is headed back home. More on Joyner's transfer to Ole Miss next in sports.
WCBI First Alert Weather School is brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point. WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Lots of hotty-toddy and excitement as Ole Miss makes the homecoming of Oxford native Jarkel Joyner official. Recently, Joyner posted a photo on social media donning the Ole Miss uniform with the words, "I'm back." Now head coach Kermit Davis making an announcement that the born and raised Mississippian will be suiting up in the red and blue after spending 2 years at CSU Bakersfield. During those 2 years in California, Joyner started 61 games for the Roadrunners, averaging 13.2 points per game. And due to transfer rules, the newest Rebel will be forced to sit out next season. But according to Davis, he will practice with the team and be on scholarship the 2 seasons following that. MSU men's basketball head coach Ben Howland making plans for his next season team. State losing a few of its key players to graduation in the NBA draft. The newest announcement, Lamar Peters will not be returning next season after hiring an agent as he enters the draft. Currently on the decision clock is Reggie Perry. As the only underclassman preparing for the draft, he has another month to decide if he will return to Mississippi State. And head coach Ben Howland saying that currently they have 1 scholarship left to add someone new.
Probably the most sought-after player in the spring every year is the graduate transfer. And there's a couple kids we talked to, and we would ideally like to have a big, someone who is a ready-made big. But obviously a big key for us in terms of bigs is just what does Reggie end up doing? If Reggie comes back, I think it makes us a whole lot better than if he stays in the draft. And that's something, we have no control over. We just have to do a wait and see.
A tough weekend for college baseball in the Magnolia State. Both Ole Miss and Mississippi State dropping each team's weekend series. The Rebels fell to Auburn 2-1 in Oxford, while MSU was swept for the first time this season at Arkansas. The losses end up dropping both teams in D1Baseball.com's top 25 poll. MSU now ranked at number 9 after breaking into the top 5 last week, and Ole Miss drops down 4 spots to number 19. Mississippi State and Ole Miss matchup for a midweeker in Pearl tomorrow night. After finishing 23-5, Columbus High School girls wrap up another season by sending off 4 players to ball at the next level. Hannah White is going on to play D1 ball for Alabama State, and Tyler Turner, Brenaya Harden, and Derona Smith are all continuing their hoops careers together at Meridian Community College. Head coach Yvonne Hairston says she's excited to see what the future holds for all 4 girls.
I think these young ladies have just tipped the mark of what they're going to do on the next level. I'm excited to see what they're going to do at Meridian and also at Alabama State, to make Columbus High School proud.
Shannon High School sends a couple of its Red Raiders off to college. Seniors Ty Ward and Will Thompson have signed to continue their basketball talents. Ward will be hitting the hardwood at Russ College in Holly Springs, and Thompson will be heading over to Decatur to ball out for East Central Community College. In his 28 games, averaged Ward 15.6 points per game, and Thompson averaged 12.6 points per game. That's it for sports. The last look at your forecast will come up after the break. Stick with us.
Things are looking not too bad here for the next few days. Tuesday, Wednesday, upper 70s, low 80s. A few more clouds here than the last couple of days, but overall, no major concerns for us. So will be some showers and storms Thursday. Looks like the strongest storms, the heaviest rain, likely south of I-20 on Thursday. Of course, we'll watch it. For the weekend, that system clears out just in time. So a good chunk of your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we know will be very nice. Hard to believe, 2 nice weekends in a row.
I know.
After this one that's coming up.
We all fully appreciate it.
It's been a long time coming for that.
It has, in fact.
I feel like we deserve it.
We are owed a nice long, or a couple of nice weekends in a row here.
All right.
All right, thanks, Keith, and thank you for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.